Hello and welcome to Tech Deals. Will it play League of Legends on the new $99 Ryzen 3 2200G APU? Yes, of course it will. League of Legends will play on just about anything. However, not everybody knows this. Some of you may be saying, why do this video? Well, because quite simply, while I know this, and many of you may know this, not everybody realizes just what a $99 CPU can do. In fact, I'm creating a bunch of these videos. This will not be a long video, by the way, because you're going to get the point very quickly, but it's just meant to show somebody who is searching for this, who isn't quite sure, who would just like visual evidence. Yes, League of Legends plays absolutely perfectly at high frame rate at the maximum detail settings at 1080p on a $99 APU with no graphics card required, and it is completely amazing. So, if you were wondering, now you know. In fact, you can see right here, there's a lot of shots going off, there's enemies on the screen. We're 100 plus frames per second, there are no issues whatsoever. Yes, this test system does have 16 gigs of RAM, it doesn't matter. 4 would actually be enough, although very few people are going to build a new machine with 4 these days. 8 would of course be plenty. You can see on the screen we're barely using more than about 3.2. At times, both the CPU and the built-in graphics chip are not even being fully utilized, just because this game's not that demanding. It'll run on Intel integrated graphics, and we all know those are terrible. Well, if you don't know, they are. But this video is just sort of to provide that visual proof for those of you who maybe didn't know. Linked down in the video description below will be a link to my full playlist of Will It Play videos, and many of those are much more demanding than this and will actually contain a more thorough analysis of the gameplay and the performance and the machine and other options. But in this case, you've pretty much seen what it is, so let's take a look at the benchmark chart. We averaged 127 frames per second, a 1% low of 90, and a 0.1% low of 71. Now, this entire game was actually fully benchmarked. I'm only showing you about 2 minutes worth because it's obvious and apparent that the performance is spectacular. If by chance you want even better performance, well, believe it or not, turning down the graphics detail wouldn't do much, because the game was CPU limited as much as it was GPU limited. A faster clocked CPU would be needed if you wanted 150 to 200 frames per second consistently, because if you go back and watch what I showed you, you'll see the graphics card was actually not running at 100% all of the time. So, more clock speed, overclock the CPU, and get better performance. Like this video if you like it, share it with your friends if you loved it. Remember to subscribe to my channel with that big huge red button directly below. Post your comments below the video. Check the video description. Links down below will be to the various hardware, to Amazon and Newegg, and of course to my full playlist with hopefully more interesting videos that are more demanding. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.